Shalom Akim. I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak for allowing me to do another lesson. Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh Shai is his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and there's no God beside him. Double honor to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for being faithful witnesses to the Rakak Wadash, and salutations to the elect, who no most have given ears to hear. And I wanted to get into this article I found on the Fox News, which is a mainstream news media, entitled "Eve the Robot Can Cook, Clean, and Guard Your Home." Now, a lot of things stuck out to me just in the title of this article. One being Eve, all right, which this robot's name is Eve. All right, and this robot, as you see, can, as the article denotes, is going to be used, as it says, have you ever wished you had a helper who could do anything you ask, such as cleaning, cooking, shopping, tutoring, or even guarding your house? Well, now you can, thanks to 1X, the Norwegian company that created Eve, the humanoid robot that can perform a range of tasks. Now, from the very beginning, when you read the scriptures, we know that Adam, which is the progenitor of mankind, right, had a wife named Eve, which Eve was known in the scriptures as the helpmeet to Adam, right? And if you understand this devil's intentions, as even the devil Yuval Noah Harari always speaks on it, that God created natural, and we create unnatural. All right, to where the times we're coming into, this devil is attempting to X the Most High out of the picture and rewrite his playbook, rewrite the scriptures. All right, there was articles, I want to say last year, where it speaks about who's the AIs attempting to rewrite the scriptures, in which essentially this devil is I forgot my train of thought, Salakia. But oh yeah, I was gonna say this devil is using technology to run the earth. All right, that's going to be the catalyst, or that's going to be the healer of all that's wrong today. All right, they're speaking of, Xing out combustible engine cars and replacing them with battery powered cars to save the earth. All right, they're speaking of changing the monetary system to a digital central or CBDC, which is digital, going back into what? Technology. All right, so when you look at what this devil is doing, he's utilizing technology he's pushing technology as a magic wand, so to speak, to clean up all that's wrong with this earth. Meanwhile, this earth cannot be cleansed because he's on it. All right, the so-called white man, who's known as the wicked, is running the earth. All right, because on one hand, you're trying to clean up the earth, so to say, and then on the other hand, you're orchestrating wars on top of wars on top of wars. All right, and what is the Bible that you like to play on? The Bible itself says in Numbers, the 35th chapter, that a land cannot be cleansed or a land cannot be healed, all right, except the man who shed a blood on the land. Let me just grab it. Numbers chapter 35, verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, For blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. There's other scriptures that say there's no peace to the wicked. So this devil, all right, which is the offshoot or the offspring of Esau, Edom, was put on this earth to live by the sword, was put on this earth to take peace from the earth. Meaning it's not in the cards for him. The Lord didn't write in this book of life, in the Bible, for him to bring peace back on the earth. That's Yahweh-Shai's job. All right, meaning his efforts are futile. Nevertheless, he's going to push technology. All right, there's other articles that speaks on how, if you upload yourself to the metaverse, you can live, 150 years longer or something like that. Right? So this is what this devil is doing in these days. All right, so going back into this article now, it's also good to note that the name Eve, right, when you go into Genesis 3, I think it's Genesis 3 and 10. No. 3 and 20. And Adam called his wife's name Eve, because she was the mother of all living. You see? And again, as you see with this robot or technology, when you look at it on a grander scale, he's using that as a way to birth his new world order. All right? To bring light to his new world order, he's using technology. So it says, reading on, the humanoid robot by numbers, it says Eve is an advanced humanoid robot that looks and moves like a human but with some extra features. You see? It says Eve is equipped with cameras and sensors to perceive and interact with its surroundings. Eve is 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighs 192 pounds, can travel 9 miles at its top speed, and has a 33-pound carrying capacity. It says, and can run 6 hours on a single 1-hour charge. It's funny how this devil uses, you look in his numbers, he's always using 6 or some derivative of 6. 6 feet 2, 33 pounds. I might be thinking too deep into it, but we know this man's MO. And even the scriptures say that the number of this man is 603 scores and 6. So he's always pushing that number 6. It says its mobility, dexterity, and balance allow it to navigate complex environments and manipulate objects effectively. Eve has wheels and gripper hands, so it can assist humans in various tasks such as cleaning and cooking. Right? And remember what the scriptures say, that we are not to set this man by us. We're not to believe in this man's plots and this man's schemes. All right, because he always pushes new things as if it's to help you. Meanwhile, the end goal thereof is to replace you. Right? Like it tells us in what's that, Sirach 12? It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humbleth himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand. You see? So this devil seeking to stand up in your place. There's talks of, I don't know, does it say it in this article? How they be taking over jobs. Look, at this point, this is factories. Eve can assist with production, assembly, quality control and maintenance tasks in factories using its strength, precision, and sensors to handle materials and machines. And essentially it's going to take over your job. All right, it's going to tell you what to do. All right. It says manufacturing. Eve can help with logistics tasks in manufacturing, such as loading, unloading, sorting, and transporting goods. Right. So at a point in time, it's like, why do you need humans? Or why do you need humans to do the job? Which essentially, they'll pretty much be running the world. I'm talking about as far as commerce and transportation and things of that nature goes. It says Eve can navigate and keep watch at buildings such as offices, hotels, and malls, using its cameras and keypads to monitor and secure the premises. Eve can also interact with visitors and employees using its natural language capabilities to greet, guide, and assist them. Right? So of course, that's how this devil will introduce it to you. All right? It's a sales pitch. All right? Eve can do this, that, and the third. But we understand, those that are in the know, what's behind the agenda. All right? As I mentioned, if you look up videos of Yuval Noah Harari, he says it in plain day. Right? So many words. He says God created natural, but we are creating artificial. All right? That's going to be the new God of this world. Artificial intelligence. And then you have others that are looked up as in some high esteem, like Elon Musk. He said, listen, the way this AI is going, all right, the only way we can keep up with it is that if we integrate ourselves with it, which is also what Yuval Noah Harari said. Adding that to the speech that Kyle Slavs made, he said eventually we're all going to be connected. Right? So this is the world or this devil believes we're coming into. All right, but call hello to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. That scripture say what? That he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that they cannot perform their enterprise in the book of Job, the 5th chapter. All right, because his enterprise is, as the end thereof is to sit inside the temple of the Lord. Let's grab that. We grab this first. Job 5:12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Right? That word enterprise meaning wisdom, sound knowledge, success. All right? Abiding success, sound or efficient wisdom. All right? And this is what the figureheads, this is what the so-called smartest among the people are saying. All right? The world's leaders today, who is the World Economic Forum, the World Health Organization, which they all bow down to this devil, Yuval Noah Harari. He's seen as a god to these people. All right? And this man, mind you, is a Mo. He's also an Amalekite, which is no coincidence. Nevertheless, it says, that was it on that. Let me jump over to 2 Thessalonians. Right? Because this is this devil's MO. 2 Thessalonians 2:4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped. Right? Opposing the scriptures. Opposing the way of the Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Right? Above all that is called God or that is worshipped. All right? Because the scriptures tell us of the mindset of the Lord. But he's like, no, I got something better for you. Right? And the scriptures tell us that the Most High's way is perfect, but men have sought out many wicked inventions in the book of Ecclesiastes 7:29. All right? And anything more than perfect is a disaster. It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showeth himself that he is God. Right? But the Most High is going to show that he's just a man. All right? And man, being mortal, makes mistakes. They're not perfect. Perfection belongs to Yahweh. All right? And now his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai. All right? Perfection belongs to the scriptures, and which is the mindset of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Right? And the scriptures say, what's that? Psalms 53. I think that's Psalms 53, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, it's 58. My bad. This is a good one too, so I'll just read this. To the chief musician Altashif, Miktam of David, do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Yea, in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb, they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Right? And you know, this is a perfect example, because ever since this devil came into rulership, all right, he tore down that which is holy. He tore down, like it says in, was it Job 9:24? All right, he basically, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. He did that in the time of the Renaissance, all right, to bring in his way of life. All right, and he's doing that again, or he's attempting to do that once again in the face of the New World Order, which is scriptures called the image of the beast. Their poison is like the poison of asp of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth the ear, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely. Break their teeth, O God, and their mouth break out the great teeth of young lions, O Yahweh. Right? And essentially the Most High is going to stop their enterprise. He's going to stop what they're doing. All right? This is why as he's you know creating this technology, all right? As he's creating these Eve and these super smart ChatGPT robots, World War III is happening, or World War III is brewing up. All right, at the same time, you know, these different central banks is looking to go digital or cashless with their money. That's no coincidence. All right, because the end thereof is that he should be destroyed, and at the time of his destruction, Yahweh Shai is going to come. And as the scripture saying in Sirach 10, the earth is given into the hand of the Lord, and in due season he will set up over it one that is profitable. And those that are profitable is the ones whom he has given the instructions, all right, of long life to, the Israelites. And today, those who are the Israel of God are the elect. Right? So there was one more I wanted to bring out, then we can close it out. Damn, I can't remember where it's at. But the scripture was it's in the book of Psalms where it speaks about who art thou to take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou has no heart to it. I can't exactly remember where it's at. But I was doing some other research on the name Eve, right? And this, which I guess it was used previously in a Pixar movie named WALL-E, right? And Eve, this is a robot on a mission as an extraterrestrial vegetation evaluator. Eve was created for one goal: to see if Earth, which is currently in a polluted wasteland, is finally capable of supporting life. So I found that pretty interesting, as again, this devil was pushing technology as a way to save the earth. Armed with a plasma cannon and other state-of-the-art technology, Eve arrives on Earth ready to search for plant life, only to find a little more than she bargained for. Yeah. So I found that kind of interesting. This is something else I was looking into in regards to Eve the robot that these devils is pushing. But let me see. Which is a quote. I'm trying to remember. Well, no, I seen a movie called Ex Machina, which speaks on how essentially a robot gained human capabilities, and that it's what they say, or how they say, like, how these robots essentially may take over the world and destroy the humans. But in that movie Ex Machina, while I did a lesson a while back into that movie Ex Machina, and I ended up coming across this quote. It says "Deus ex machina." I guess it's Latin. Yes, Latin for God from the machine. Is a plot device whereby a seemingly unsolvable problem in a story is suddenly or abruptly resolved by an unexpected and unlikely occurrence. Its function is generally to resolve an otherwise irresolvable plot situation. In the way this world is, it's seemingly unresolvable. All right, from the crazy amounts of deaths to the world wars that's brewing up, it's seemingly unresolvable. All right, to people dying at a super young age nowadays. To surprise the audience, to bring the tale to a happy ending, or act as a comedic device. Let's see, a Latin cult, God from the Machine, the term was coined, ancient Greek theater, where actors who were playing gods were brought on stage using a machine. The machine could be either a crane used to lower actors from above, or a riser that brought them up through a trapdoor. Introduced the idea that it was used often to resolve the conflict and conclude the drama. The device is associated mostly with Greek tragedy, although it also appeared in comedies. Yeah, man. So, I'm gonna leave it off there. Just like I said, something I saw through the spirit as I was reading this article. And there's a few lists of things that supposedly it can help with. It's, as you see, at home, in the factories, at the job. It says buildings. Eve can navigate and keep watch of buildings such as offices, hotels, or malls, using its cameras and keypads to monitor and secure premises. It says, how does the robot work with humans? Eve works alongside trained human operators who can control a fleet of up to 15 Eves, tap into their cameras, and control their movement to take action from a distance. And that's another thing you gotta look out for, because, who's to say somebody can't tap into these robots and do something sinister. All right. Again, the earth is giving it to the hand of the wicked. And anything to do with technology can be hacked into. But it can report back to the operator if it detects an issue or needs guidance. The operator can then assume shared autonomy, which means they can take over Eve's motor function when it's time for a human to take action or make important decisions. Now it says, what are the benefits? Humanoid androids like Eve can automate repetitive, dangerous, or physical demand tasks that humans traditionally handle. This can save time, money, and resources, as well as improve safety, quality, and efficiency. Make sure they can prevent them from malfunctioning or being hacked. We were just talking about that as far as the challenges and risk, where it says it's important that companies manufacture them, make sure they prevent them from malfunctioning or being hacked. How the fuck you gonna prevent that? The company stands on responsible development and use. 1X believes that humanoid robots can create new opportunities for everyone's benefit as long as they are developed and used especially and responsibly and ethically. But I'll just leave it there. Let me see. Yeah, I'll just leave it there because, I got to get back to the plant. But, with that, shalom to the elect.